What is up, A team? Welcome back. Awesome here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day or not, depending on where, but I hope it is awesome. And yes, we're back at it today to talk more about crypto, to talk more about the markets. Obviously, we're coming up here on the end of November. Today's, again, something that we're trying to consider out what we're going to be going into December with. I honestly don't know how December is going to react to it. We got a lot of things out there showing that December is actually a really good month for crypto. It's a really good month for the stock market. But there's a lot of other indicators showing that, again, maybe things aren't going to be too good. You got some things where trending that December is usually, if this November is negative, December would be negative. However, we do know that there's some positive things coming up tomorrow. We know that we got quantitative easing coming up today. A lot of things shifting off of that. We got Jerome Powell speaking. There's just a lot of things out there that we'll discuss today that will carry us on into the beginning of November, the beginning of December. December's here. December's officially here tomorrow. We'll actually see what's going to happen here. Again, I'm kind of excited to sort of see it. We've been in the trenches for, literally 2 months now, where it's been very dismal. It's been horrible. Bitcoin hitting 126, now down, dropped all the way down to almost 80,000. We had XRP hitting up into the 360s, now falling all the way down to 190, even a little bit below that. We had a massive liquidation event on October 10th, just a bunch of negative things. So I feel like it's time for a win, at least for me. Like I feel like it's time that we try to win here in November. November is a good month for a lot of us here. Obviously, it's the holidays for a lot of people. So I guess maybe I'm just being a little bit bullish because of that. You know what I mean? But there are some indicators out there saying that there could be some negative things in the wins here. But before we jump into all that, I do want to say what's up to the A team. We got everyone in the house here. We got Mr. Kleenex. What's going on, man? Mr. Kleenex RP, good to see you. We got R Lake. What's up, buddy? We got Selmo Chipper. What's up, bud? We got J Chem. What's going on, man? Phil's in the house here. Dave's dog Zoe. Tim Shea. We got the Mayor Crypto in the house here. What's up, my guy? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here as always. Always holding down for me, dude. We got what is that? I always mess that up. Ozaxer. Ozak. I'm just gonna call you Oz. What's up, Oz? Good to see you, man. Yeah, Tall Paul's in the house here. What's up, Tall Paul? Good to see you, man. Crypto Keeper Joel. What's up, buddy? From Lake Tahoe. Glad you made it to Lake Tahoe, my friend. Hope all is well out there. Hopefully everything on the TikTok side is working out. I'm not glitching too bad. Yeah. What's up, Andrew B? Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you being here. Autoband's in the house here. Juan, good to see you, man. We got Trent, XL Mafia. What's going on, guys? We got BP Cola or Ranch Jeffries. What's up, bud? Decentral Mind. F Joe. What's up, F Joe? Good to see you, bud. Who else do we got here? We got Kai, and Kai's in the house here. Good to see you, man. What is that? Toby Boy. What's up, bud? So weird seeing the different names on here now. Sir Jeremy's in the house. What's up, bud? Marty, what's up? If I did miss some of your guys' name, I am sorry, dude. I was scrolling a little faster. What's up, everyone over on TikTok side? All right, let's jump into it. We got some things to cover today. As I said earlier, markets are kind of been up and down right now. XRP didn't really do a whole lot since last night. I haven't put my longs in on any position yet. Things haven't really bounced around too much. It's been kind of flat since last night's stream, so I haven't really touched a whole lot of this. Everything's kind of gearing up to be maybe positive tomorrow. Although, when you talk about it, you got Jerome Powell speaking out tomorrow. Just to let you guys know, Jerome Powell does speak, and every time he does speak, the markets do tend to go a bit red. So just prepare for that. I think a lot of people are anticipating that December is going to probably be in the green. And every time that history has shown that every time that we're trying to anticipate that something's going to happen, it does the opposite. So I just want to put that out there as well. Every time we thought that October, Pumptober, boom, fell. Everything was like November, Pumpvember, whatever they were calling it, boom, fell. And just kind of crazy how it all works out. But you can see right now, XRP is still sitting around the 220 from last night. Bitcoin's still around the 91,300. Ethereum's back over 3,000. This is actually down to 2,000. I think it was like 978 yesterday when I was streaming. So back above the 3,000 mark, which is good to see. You can see some of these things are coming back here. Obviously we got Monero. Monero actually took over Zcash now. Jumped back over Zcash, which is kind of crazy. Hedera is fallen back into the 20. Or sorry, it's actually jumped into the 20. It was at 21 now, jumped back over Avalanche again. Still linger around that 14. I'm trying to get that to 15. I think I'm going to definitely put a long in on that at some point. XRP probably going to put a long in on that as well. Again, probably nothing too crazy. Probably just put like a 1,000 on like a 10x leverage, because again, the liquidations on that are the chances of getting liquidated going into December, I feel, are a little bit smaller. Still taking a risk, obviously. Moonvember, is that what it was? Moonvember, yeah, they definitely didn't do that. I'll tell you that right now. Definitely did not moon in November. But here's what we have lined up for this week. I mean, big week incoming for the markets. You can see Monday, tomorrow, you got Powell's speech coming out here. You got quantitative easing, right? So we got basically the quantitative tightening ends. We got PMI data. And then we got manufacturing data coming out. And then on Wednesday, we have the additional PMI and manufacturing data coming out as well. Thursday, we got the initial jobs claim. We got the U.S. trade deficit. And then Friday, we actually have the PCE inflation data, and we have the Michigan consumer data that's coming out on Friday as well. So we actually have a really big week ahead of us for beginning of December. And then you got to think the following week, December 10th, we actually have our FOMC meeting. So these first 2 weeks of December are going to be quite interesting to see how this plays out. I think a lot of people are betting on the odds that we actually run a little bit, but again, I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. Because when you start to look at it, I mean, when you go back and look at when quantitative easing, or I guess you could say quantitative tightening ends, we usually tend to do decent. We do have a relief rally with this. Again, are we going to get to all-time highs? Probably not. I don't think we're going to get to all-time highs, but I do think that we have a chance to at least have a relief rally from where we're at. And anyone that's probably stuck in the red could potentially get back into the green before we have a potential fallout, because people are projecting that we are going to have an eventual fallout before we start to have a massive rally again. So you can see back over here, last time that we had quantitative easing or quantitative tightening, which ended, you can see that we actually rallied back up. We came back down, rallied back up, and created a new high before we came down and hit a new low. So we actually rallied back up to certain levels here. And again, this is the total three. So Bitcoin. And again, this is all just based off where we're at right now. And you can see that basically we pumped up here to a certain level. And these were basis points. So we had a 0.25. So we had basically a 50% basis point that was hit right here. And when we fell back down, this is obviously the pandemic. So, I mean, hard to judge right here. But after that bounce off, we came up clean again. But realized that what we were doing before the pandemic hit here was that we were actually climbing up very, very nicely. And people were saying that and suggesting that if we did not have the pandemic here, we would have probably continued to rally considerably. We had a massive rally going into this. Again, now we're starting to sort of see where it ended here. But I mean, we had quantitative tightening ends. Same scenario, dude. Same scenario, maybe just a little bit higher. And we're projecting that things are actually going to look pretty good. You had Trump come out here today and actually announce that he believes that we should have roughly 100 basis points, basically a 1% decrease in rates. He doesn't believe that 25% or 50%, 25 basis points or 50 basis points is going to be enough. He thinks that we should just hit the next one with 100% basis points. Whether that's good or not, I don't know. But I know that's what he's been calling for. And, again, we'll see what happens here. But yeah, what about the digital ID for XRP holders? I have no idea, dude. Yeah, Tommy Watson, what's up, bud? Well, you're talking about Mara. Yeah, Mara. You're talking about the stock Mara and Riot. Yeah, those are. I mean, those are down there too. Potential to buy. I tapped over my sell button. Oh shoot! What's up, Harbor? Appreciate it. You tapped over your sell button. Still a little down on my pendulum, though slightly up. Okay. Boom member. Do you have any concerns of the U.S. tensions with Venezuela? Not really, dude. I mean, I don't know. I guess what? I mean, I don't know, dude. The United States is like the most powerful country in the world. The technology we have when it comes to war. I mean, Venezuela is like a little blip on the map. I mean, what tensions could be? I don't know, man. I don't think it's going to be too much, dude. You and me this week in fantasy football. Let's go. Are we going at it right now? This next week, are we going at it? I'm right now. My fantasy is not looking too hot right now. I'm ranked 6 right now. I'm barely skating in on the playoffs right now. So we'll see what happens here. But also with that right here, last time we had quantitative easing or quantitative tightening coming to an end, Bitcoin did a 7x last time the Feds ended QT. In 2019, the Fed stopped shrinking the balance sheet at 3.8 trillion. A few months later, the money printers turned back on and they added 3.2 trillion in 18 months. Bitcoin went parabolic and jumped from 3,800 to 29,000. Tomorrow, the Fed is ending QT again and quantitative easing will start soon. So again, I'm not going to sit there and say that history repeats itself because I don't know here. But I mean, every time this does happen, this is kind of where it's at. It will turn into another Vietnam. We are fools if we invade. I don't think we're going to invade, dude. There's no way. I don't think they're going to put boots on the ground. I don't think it's going to happen. I guess the whole thing is we shouldn't even be in I'm against all that. So you guys know me. I don't feel like we should be doing any of that kind of stuff, dude. November has a turkey. Let's hope December is Santa gift. Yeah, that's true. November was a turkey, dude. Big time. What's up? What's up, Rick? Good to see you, buddy. It will turn. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna. I'd just be that'd be so dumb to do that, dude. I, I'm not on board with it. So that's just kind of where I'm at. But you can see right here, we go back to the history of what sort of happened here. You can see that what's crazy about right now is that things have been trending downward. Um, and again, this is he's just pulling Tesla here. But I mean, what it's saying is that you know, the Nasdaq was actually trending down when last time we hit quantitative when quantitative tightening stopped, and the S&P 500 was actually trending up when quantitative tightening stopped. And there's a big difference in what happened here. You can see that right after the quantitative tightening stops, we actually rallied for about 6 months into a nice little rally before we hit a lower low here on the S&P 500. The Nasdaq actually continued to rally up here and continued to rally, hit a higher low, but we continued to rally here. And again, this was Tesla, but I mean, it's showing that Nasdaq was also in the same boat here, the Nasdaq as a whole. And I guess what I'm trying to say here is that we're going to have a relief rally from this. How far it falls off next, I don't know. But we're all at all-time highs. I mean, you got S&P 500's at an all-time high, Nasdaq's at all-time high, Dow's trending up there. I mean, everything's kind of hit these highs. No, I don't trade gold, Apache. I don't trade gold at all, dude. Yeah, Machete, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, dude. November, yeah. Damn, my disposal week vape ran out of battery. Still have some oil in there. Oh, damn. That means you were doing it too much, dude. F4, I'm with that. Yeah, I don't believe in any of that kind of stuff, dude. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, I don't think. It just wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good. So, but this is what I want to show you guys right now. Whales are buying below 100K. The massive amount of buys that have come in since the bottom of this is insane. I mean, like the accumulation of Bitcoin has been pretty damn crazy when you start to look at this, dude. Price versus number of whales. I mean, the amount of whales coming in and purchasing up Bitcoin right now is at a massive pace, a bigger pace than we saw before. I mean, like this is a crazy number right now. Is the S&P 500 going to crash by the end of the year? I don't think it's going to crash by the end of the year. Let's go, Russell. Yeah, I don't think it's going to crash. I think it's going to continue to rally. Like I said, I think Trump. I've said this before. I think Trump's again, his ego's too big, bro. Like he's not going to let he already came out and said, dude, he's going to make sure that the stock markets continue to stay at an all-time high. He knows that going into the midterms, you can't have a bad economy. You can't have a bad stock market because that's kind of what I mean. A lot of people, to some degree, a lot of people will probably base what's going on in our economy and what's going on in government is based off of the stock market and how well we're doing. I mean, if we're having a great stock market, that means we're having a pretty good economy. And and it's just kind of different. I don't know if we're going to have a shakeup to the system here. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be inflated. I don't know if it's going to be, numbers are going to be skewed. Who knows? But I do know that that's one thing I know about Trump is he's not going to let that kind of stuff happen. And I mean, maybe it's out of his control. I don't know. Maybe I'm banking too much on him to do it, right? Selling all these Michael Berry tweets, preaching doom and gloom for the global economy. Yeah, he really is, dude. Speaking of that, Michael Berry is definitely tweeting the gloom and doom. He's thinking like a mass. He's thinking .com. He's got that .com. He's got that 1930s depression, coming in. You got the .com boom coming in. I mean, he's got it all, dude. The AI boom. He's calling it what the AI, not the boom, the bubble, the AI bubble. I mean, that's basically what it's coming down to. They're spending $30 billion to deploy ships and not doing anything. I'm not thrilled about it either. Yeah, that's a lot of money too. Hope we all have a great December, except Jamie Dimon. I hope he gets a bag of coal. They're actually out here buying. What's crazy is JP Morgan's actually accumulating a ton of BlackRock ETFs right now. So, like I said, whales are buying, but so is BlackRock, dude. Like BlackRock says that the large number of November outflows are perfectly normal. Gaslight. I love that they gaslight you, dude. I love these institutions out here just gaslighting people. No big deal, dude. It's okay that we sell on you guys. No big deal. Well, it's okay that we tank the markets. It's okay. It's normal. That's not normal, dude. I'll tell you that right now. It's not normal. It's not normal for you to go out here and obliterate markets based off of your ETFs. But what's crazy about that is they are coming back here, and you're seeing that. I mean, historically, December has been a great month. And as much as they've been selling, they've also been now accumulating these dips. We go back and look. I mean, they're back here accumulating these things. So don't let BlackRock gaslight you. It's never perfectly normal for them to come out and obliterate the markets. I don't think that's normal at all. But, that's what they're going to sell. Whether you take it or not, it's up to you. But like I said, December is usually traditionally a really strong month for stocks. Traditionally, it's a strong month for crypto too. Lately, it hasn't been. but I mean, it has. Since 1928, the S&P 500 has risen 73.2% of that time in December. So right now, every time, December seems to be a really, really good month. The highest win rate of any month out there. I mean, that's pretty wild when you start to think about that. In other words, only 26 of the last 97 years, we've seen a negative return. In the last, and now I'll tell you, when it comes to Bitcoin, out of the last 3 years, 2 of them have been bad in December, which is not good. In other words, meaning that Bitcoin potentially could be bad this time. Over this period, the index has returned an average about 1.28%, which is huge for the S&P 500. So record highs may be in the horizon. Is that going to follow crypto? Good question. Good question as to whether that follows crypto or not. Because when you actually go back and look at this, historically, every red November becomes a red December. And last time we had an October red, we had a November red and a December red. So again, we're kind of lining ourselves up to be not looking too hot for November. And some of these numbers aren't good, like 5% down, 18.9% down. Even last December, we were down 2.85%. Man, we had a massive rally. October, November was insane last year when Trump got elected. Into January, things were going crazy. Then we had a massive sell-off from it. But right now, basically, things are not like November or December's are not good for Bitcoin right now. And you can see that. I mean, look at this, dude. The last, like I said, the last 1, 2, 3 out of the last 4 years, 3 of them have been red. So 75% of the time right now over the last 4 years, it's been red. So are we going to have a breakout where we have a positive year after that? I don't know. So far, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for us. I mean, Bitcoin, down over these. Look at that, dude. Red. I mean, this is not good for us. So I just want to put that out there. Is like, as much as they're out here telling us that, like, yeah, December can be great. December is great from the stock market standpoint, but when it comes to Bitcoin and it comes to crypto, not so well. You know what I mean? Not so good. And I meant to say December. If I said November, I meant to say December. Yeah, one. Any word on BlackRock XRP yet? I don't think they said they weren't going to do one. Hate to see large financial institutions heavily manipulate XRP price, keeping it sideways. Yeah, it kind of sucks, right, Albert? Rate cuts in November. I think, yeah, we're talking about. I mean, Trump just called for 100 basis points. I don't think Jerome Powell is going to cut 100 basis points. I just don't think he's going to do it, dude. But when you come back here and you look at the shorting of the liquidation in the markets, it's really calmed down. This is probably the calmest I've seen it, dude. The ratios are very on top of each other, not far from one another. You can see right now, the ratios for long and shorts 1-to-1. The longs are, exceeding a little bit of the shorts in terms of getting wrecked right here. But I mean, when you start to look at the 12 and the 24, very, very close. Like these ratios this is where it's like, maybe this is the calm before the storm, or maybe this is the calm before the pump. I don't know which one's going to be, but the liquidations have come down significantly. But speaking of this is something that's kind of gone crazy right here. Is that when you look at the total put and call ratio it drops to 0.70, one of the lowest levels in the last 4 years. And anytime it actually hits these levels down here, this is when things start to pop off. When things actually start to pop off and get into get higher, right? I mean, we're going to see positive things here. It says it's actually bullish settlement. This is bullish sentiment right here. And historically, such low levels can indicate that the market is leaning heavily towards risk on, which is worth monitoring for potential short-term reversals. So as you guys know, the reversal would be into the positive versus into the negative, because we're trying to recover from the negative right now. So yeah, it is kind of this like calm before the storm, and we've hit some record lows on put and call ratios right now. But realize that anytime we hit those, we actually bounce back significantly from them. So I don't know, man. I don't know what it's going to tell us, but it's definitely getting a little crazy out here where we're at, dude. Where do you get all that info? Just search. I mean, there's a ton of things on X, dude. X is your friend when it comes to crypto, when it comes to crypto news, when it comes to just charting, when it comes to everything. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of smart people out there on X that put out a lot of this data. You just got to go out there and just research it, bro. Yeah, territory relevant now that we have manipulation on such large scale. It's true. I would agree with you, Sandman. I would agree with you to some degree. There is some. That's where I said like everything was lining up that like November was going to be a good month, and it got obliterated, right? All the indicators out there were lining up that it was going to be a really, really good month for us, and it just didn't happen, dude. And it's kind of crazy when you think about that, and a lot of it had to do with the amount of sells coming in from your good old friends at BlackRock over here, BlackRock coming out here saying that outflows are perfectly normal. Yeah, outflows are perfectly normal, but not at the pace where you're going to obliterate a market. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy to me. So yeah, there was a guy, I was watching an interview last night talking about how the stock market is it's rigged. Like all these markets are rigged, and he gives a pretty good description as to why he thinks that they're rigged. And yeah, very, very interesting, right? Whether you believe it or not, it's up to you. I mean, whether you think it's rigged or not, but I mean, he basically comes out here and gives a whole breakdown of why the system's rigged, and it's never meant for retail investors like you and I to ever make it, ever. Like we'll never be the ones who'll make it. We'll get liquidated before anyone else has a shot. So that's kind of what it comes down to. And he gives a pretty good reason as to that. What about the good old banana hammock guy? Yeah, he's still right on, dude. We'll see what happens. I think that banana hammock guy is still right on, dude. He's still doing it. I think his chart's still right. Everyone thought this gloom and doom, right? We go back and we look at the charting of this. Let's just go back and take a look at the charts of Bitcoin. I mean, this is not that bad of a chart when you start to really peel back Bitcoin on like a weekly scale. I mean, it's not that bad. I know there's a lot of gloom and doom out there, but I mean, like, go back and look at this. Like, we haven't hit another low. We haven't hit a lower low. We're actually at a higher low. Like, that's actually very positive. And the weekly indicators down at the bottom here. So remember, this is the drop that he's talking about. Like if you go back and listen to him, he literally says, everyone's going to think it's over. Everyone's going to think that the run's over, and they're going to sell out, and they're going to do all this, and then it's going to have a massive rally backwards, back up to hitting all-time highs, hitting levels, and people are going to be pissed off that they sold. And that's kind of what's happening here. You think $6 SUI and $50 H bar is realistic in the bull run? I mean, I was calling for, I was hoping that we're going to get to $2 with H bar, but I mean, that's not looking likely now. I mean, like H bar is kind of falling off just a tad bit. But again, I'm not saying that in the future it can't hit that. I definitely think in the future this bull run might be out of the question. I don't know. We'll have to see how much of this money comes back into it. You know what I mean? How much money flows back into these? We know that we have massive tax cuts coming in 2026. We know that we're going to have stimulus checks coming in. Last time stimulus checks hit the market, dude. Go back and look. History of the stimulus. You want to see what the stimulus check looks like? These are the stimmies, dude. This right here is this run right here was based off the stimulus checks, dude. This Bitcoin rally right here was stimulus checks. This is all stimulus checks. So, I mean, everyone's putting their money. I was putting my money into the stock market. I was putting my money into crypto with the stimulus checks, dude. Like everyone was doing that. So, again, whether that happens, I don't know. But if that really goes through, that's where we're gonna get it, dude. When you say it follows the charts from other bull runs, they usually take a snippet of that part that backs their claims. Yeah. I've never, just to let you know, BP or T-Bay Tom, have you ever looked into Injective? I have, but I just never got into it, dude. It just wasn't for me, dude. Do you believe set pre-sale should go up in price I don't think it's going to go up in price to Central Mind. I don't think so. I think it's going to probably stay at that 0.00127 for the pre-sale. Yeah, that's not no pre-sale. I think it's almost over $1 million, dude. Almost reached $1 million, which is crazy to raise almost $1 million in pre-sale. That's kind of wild, dude, when you think about it. It's getting there, man. It's definitely getting there, dude. Yeah, the pre-sale's heating up pretty good, dude. Almost there. Almost to what is it, 960,000? So almost to $1 million raised, dude. It's pretty crazy. When they say it follows the charts from other bull runs, yeah, that's what I was talking about. The government shutdown didn't help. Yeah, government shutdown definitely didn't help. When you zoom out, they look so different. Yeah, I would agree. When they do zoom out, it looks so different. Bullish or bearish for this week? It's tough to say, Brad. Every time Jerome Powell speaks, it's bearish. So Jerome Powell speaking this week is not good. And then unfortunately next week he's going to speak again. I mean, as you guys know, the FOMC meeting is on the 10th, which should probably be one of the bigger FOMC meetings of the year. I mean, I think a lot of stuff is actually kind of hedging on like how we turn out is really going to be depending on what is said here at the end of the year, right? December 10th. And that's meeting with the summary of economic projections. So as you guys know, Jerome Powell is going to be speaking again. So, unfortunately, when he speaks, markets tend to react negatively to it. So we know that he's speaking here. He speaks tomorrow. So maybe he'll be positive because he's going to talk about quantitative easing. He's going to say that we're ending the quantitative tightening. Maybe he'll talk about the PMI. There's some positive things that are coming out, but it's just tough to say, dude, because he's such a bear on the market. What's up, JJ Ball? Good to see you, dude. Jake Claver 750 is off the chart. 750s, yeah, that's kind of crazy, dude. Legal structure, rate cuts, quantitative easing, liquidity expansion, ETFs, BTC, scarcity, mass adoption, market is hitting 20 trillion in 2026. You think so, Michael? 2026, 20 trillion. So it's going to go up roughly. The cryptocurrency market is sitting at roughly 3 trillion. So you're saying it's going to go up like roughly what? 5x, a little over that, 6x maybe, 6 to 7x. You're thinking the whole total market cap's going to go up 6. That'd be crazy, bro. Summer's going to be parabolic. Patience, what you hold and buy with conviction. Yeah, I think that's important. You do buy things with conviction. We are cooked till next year. This time, save money and buy and hold the next 5 to 10 years. I don't necessarily know if we're cooked. I mean, again, we've just been holding on this year. This year, did some good things. Just didn't hit the levels that we were anticipating. That's all. So it did really good things. I mean, a lot of us were buying well before this. So a lot of us are in good situations. It just didn't hit the levels that we were all hoping for. So it kind of sucks when you're like, oh man, I wish we could actually hit some better numbers. But what this is showing here is that Nasdaq is about to hit a new all-time high, while Bitcoin is down 27% from highs. You can see right here, Nasdaq's about minus 3% from its all-time high. The Russell's about 2% from its all-time high. Bitcoin's down 27% from its all-time high, and ETH is down about 39% from its all-time high. It says both markets have already absorbed the improving macro and rising rate cuts, but crypto hasn't done the same. Bitcoin obviously down there 27% from all-time high. Ethereum down 39% from its all-time high. Both assets are sitting far below their all-time highs, even though the broader market has already moved ahead. So again, why is everything moving ahead except crypto? It says this kind of divergence usually tells you that the next rotations where the next rotation can come from. It says equities tend to be the first price in better conditions. They move early, crypto moves later, and when it does, the price moves faster, which is obviously why it's more riskier. Right now, equities look priced in, crypto doesn't. So basically, what this is saying is that although these things are falling, crypto will eventually follow. So while these things continue to work out their things, equities are going to continue to climb up. Bitcoin tends to follow, or crypto, I should say, tends to follow thereafter. So, I mean, some people would argue that, but I do think that that's probably a positive. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. We do know that there's like when gold's trending, or when the global M2 money supply is trending, or just like some of these other things when they're trending, that means that there's potentially Bitcoin tends to follow and or crypto tends to follow. Austin, what's your best football? What's your best football bet today? Like you're saying, like like prediction wise? Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know. Like you're saying, like Sam Darnold's going to throw for 300, like that kind of stuff. Um, Set pre-sale numbers doesn't show right now. Yeah, it's showing right now. I was just looking at it. It shows right now. 9. Yeah, it shows the amount raised and everything. My guy, can you explain to me XRP decoupling from BTC stuff? I've been seeing, please, and try. Oh, I mean, like people are saying that. I mean, the prices are decoupling, meaning that like when Bitcoin's going up, like XRP is going down, or when XRP is going down, Bitcoin's going up. It's like that's when it, like when you're saying it's decoupling. But I don't think it's ever going to fully decouple. Like I mean, when the markets are doing well, they're going to continue to do. Yes, what's your favorite one? Game props, whatever. Good. I haven't even looked into it, Tim. Today, I haven't even looked into any of the stuff, like in terms of the props. Like DraftKings. I don't have DraftKings. I don't even do any prop betting, Tim, because we don't have any. We can't do any betting like that here in Washington. We could do parlays, and that kind of stuff, but the prop betting sucks. So I haven't even looked at what the prop betting would be. Are you still holding your Exceller? Yeah, dude. Yeah, Chim. I'm still holding it, dude. Still holding everything. What if I could drop free game again and tell y'all where the top is? What's up, Andy? Good to see you, buddy. Me too. Yeah, yeah. And I bought a pretty good bag of Sentinel as well. And I'll probably add a little bit more to my Sentinel bag. I'll probably try to, I think Sentinel has a good chance to do pretty good again. I mean, whether it does, it's a pre-sale. You never know what can happen. But yeah, excited about it. That's for sure. What about game wise? I'm like Denver under. Let's take a look at them. I haven't even looked at them, dude. Let's see here. Let's get into my. I gotta get into my betting app here. MGM. There we go. Let's get into my betting odds here. I haven't even opened it this week, dude. Okay, so damn, dude, the Vikings are a plus 550 against the Seahawks. Gosh, dang, dude. Seahawks are good, but they're not that good. Man, these are rough ones, dude. Holy crap. Yeah, the Broncos, dude. Dude, see, I would take the man. Broncos, yeah, minus that. These ones are rough right now, dude. there's no upsets. There's not even that many games. Like, what the heck? Yeah, the best game to take right now is probably the Bills and the Steelers because there's a minus 165. The over under. I mean, the over under is actually not that bad. I would definitely on the under. You're saying you're taking the under on that one, under 43.5. I'd probably take you up on that one, unless Denver goes on a massive rally. But I'd probably take the under for sure. I'd probably take the under on the Raiders as well, and I'd probably take the under on the Steelers. The Steelers are not. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna do that route, but that's kind of a rough one. What a rough set of games, dude. It's cool. I thought you usually did some. I usually do, but I didn't. I didn't do any this week. We were at soccer camp all weekend, dude, and I just like spaced it, bro. I was thinking about it this morning, like, oh, maybe I should go do it, but I didn't even look at it, dude. I mean, same team, Descent Mine, same team, so I don't think it is. Austin, do you think Sentinel should end the pre-sale early, like casting a vote to end it? I don't think so. I think it should just stay the course. I don't like change, dude. I don't like change in the middle of things. Like, just let it run its thing. They played Thanksgiving and Black Friday, dude. I know this is like crazy to look at the games and there's not that many. Late. I'm late. What's up, 18? What's up, Pipeline to see, buddy? Yes, they both don't score a lot, and Denver's defense is tough. Yeah, you're probably right, dude. I would take the unders. I'd probably take the unders on most, dude. You know, the Vikings, even the Vikings Seahawks, dude, I'd probably take the under. I mean, I'd probably take the under on the Vikings Seahawks. I'd probably take the under on the Steelers and the Bills. I'd probably take the under on the Chargers and the Raiders, dude. The Broncos and Commanders, I'd probably take the under as well. Same with the Giants and the Patriots, dude. Like, interesting. Bills beating the Steelers. Yeah, I think the Bills will beat the Steelers. I mean, that's the closest one. That's the closest game here. I mean, everything else is like getting obliterated. I mean, the Chargers and the Raiders at minus 550 to plus 400 for the Raiders. Like, dude, that's not even close. You know, they have the Seahawks at a minus 800. That's crazy. Chargers are minus 550. And then you got the Patriots that are minus 375. That's crazy, dude. Like nothing's even, that's not even any close games, dude. The price is still showing 0-0 raise. Is it? Let's see. Let's zoom in here. If Rodgers doesn't play for sure, the Bills win. Have they said whether he's playing or not? Yeah, I don't know if he's playing or not, dude. I did a 10x long on XRP. Damn, bro, get it, bro. Yeah, it's showing right there, 960. 960. So yeah, looking good. I buy the points down. I always do that to get me a better chance. You can't. Any casinos? Gotcha. Is Kashi a good app to bet on NFL games? Maybe. I don't know. I've never used it. I can't use that stuff in Washington, unfortunately. We have the Indian casinos here that don't allow you to do any of that. Opinion on Richard Hart? I mean, hey, dude, Richard Hart doing this thing. I don't even know have we even heard of Richard Hart? Where did he even go, dude? Where did he even go? It's because we have a backup QB. True. True, I'll give you that. So yeah, Sentinel's still looking pretty good, dude. I mean, still sitting there. You can see XRP is actually making a little bounce back right now over the last hour, right? Hour chart's just starting to come back up. This is down to 219. Maybe you did get this little long in to try to scalp whatever came down. As you guys know, this came up last night, came back down through the night. The 1 hour's at the bottom. The 4 hour trying to make a little bit of a comeback here. This could be the time, right? We know that it came down to 218, and then here we are, right? So 12 hours at the top coming down. Day charts at the top, weekly still at the bottom. So, like I said, if you're doing like a lower leverage, you have a better chance to just ride this out over the next couple weeks and see what happens. BTC to 87K and then 90K top, then another dump. You're thinking 90K. You're thinking it's going to go to 87K. Maybe it does. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I mean, it's definitely hit the bottoms of a lot of these RSI indicators here, but doesn't mean it couldn't go further. It's showing pre-sale raise 0 on the mobile website, but on the desktop it's showing 90. Okay, I'll look at my phone. See what my phone looks like here. Yeah, the phone still shows 960, so it's showing the right stuff. Washington sounds like a communist state. They kind of feel like a stand demand. Sometimes it feels like it. Oh man, true, true. Can you buy? I mean, you can buy points on sites and casinos. I don't like to take the exact lines. Yeah, something that's hard. Any take on Monad? Not really to take. I mean, there obviously Arthur Hayes took a big take on Monad. Arthur Hayes believes that Monad will fall 99% and not make it as a layer one. He just believes it's another heavily invested, venture capitalist jumped into Monad, bought it up, hyped it up, and it's not going to do anything that we think it's going to do. That's basically what he came out and said. And it's coming down pretty hot. But any pre-sale out there would continue. These are hard to sustain in the first week, and you can't judge a project based off the first week of a pre-sale. The question is are things ready for Monad to release their, is it ready? Is it what they promised ready? And I don't know. I don't know the answer. I don't know enough information about Monad. That's an Andrew B. Andrew B seems to be the Monad A-teamer here that has a lot of insight on it. So, DC not so great right now either. Yeah, DC is kind of crazy. Vikings suck. I mean, it is rough Midwest. I drafted Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, he's been dismal this year, dude. Dismal as a fantasy player. I drafted him in the first round. He's my first pick, and he's been horrible. He's been ass, and it's not his fault. It's his quarterback play it sucks. His quarterback play is the worst. This is the lowest numbers. He's projected to score 13 points. That's the lowest I've ever seen for Justin Jefferson, dude. I mean, it's crazy. His stats from last year, he's not even. I mean, it's not even close, dude. And it's not his fault. It's just he's got shitty quarterback play, dude. His quarterback's ass, dude. They need McCarthy needs to go, dude. That was the worst draft pick in history. I mean, honestly, dude, he did way better under Kirk Cousins. Jefferson has no QB to throw to him. Yeah, I know it sucks. But we'll see, dude. My fantasy team's been really rough this year, dude. I've lost a lot. I've been in the dumps, dude, over my fantasy team this year. I got massive people getting hurt. I got Joe Burrow getting hurt. Everyone I got just seems to get hurt. It's just one of those years, dude. How do you set up your longs on XRP on BTCC, Mario? Yeah. So just go over here. So like if I want to do let's just say we want to put in Bitcoin, XRP. I like to trade on the perpetual side. So I go up to BTCC, and I go over here and I look at my perpetuals. I like to go over to so I can put in isolated trades on this. So I go over here to the Perpetual Futures Pro, and then all I can do is I'll just go over here and make sure that I'm on XRP. And then I'm going to go over here where it shows me my price and my assets. Say how much I want to do. I want to do it by USDT. So, and I want to make sure I'm at like a 10x or 15x. You can go up here. This is your 10x leverage. Right now it's at 50. Let's just do 10x. And I say confirm. And then, you go over here and you say how much you want, which again, if I do $10,000, which is about on a 10x, that puts me about $1,000 in margin. And then I just say open my long, and you want to make sure it's on market or limit. I guess you could put a limit order in if you want to hit a certain level, but it's actually very easy on BTCC to do it. Like I've really enjoyed BTCC. I know some people don't really care for, everyone has their own preferences on where they put their longs and shorts in, but BTCC has never, it's never, it's always been really good. For me. And the good part is that anything that's if there's been a glitch or anything like that, they've usually been pretty good about paying A-teamers back for certain things. Plus they've been giving out rewards to A-teamers. If whoever has the most trades and stuff like that, they've been getting out free rewards and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool, man. They've been doing a lot for the A-team. I love it, dude. My fantasy sucks this year. I'm 4-8. Dude, my fantasy is rough this year. Vikings risked it all on a rookie QB. We should have kept Sam Darnold. Yeah, Sam Darnold was way better, dude. Midwest, Sam Darnold was way better. I'm not a big Sam Darnold fan, dude. I'll be honest with you. When he came to Seahawks, I was like, gosh, dang. But he's grown on me a little bit. You know what I mean? Like he's not that bad. I mean, look at the Seahawks have one of the best records in the NFL right now. You know what I mean? And so yeah, they did way better with him. I really like BTCC, but they only allow market and limit orders, but not stop orders. Yeah, they allow stop orders. You just go right down here, dude. You go down to the TP and stop losses. You could put a stop loss in there, dude. You could do stop orders and you just put a stop loss in. That's all you got to do. The best tutorial for BTC is Crypto Skillet. Okay. Did you lose much on the October 10th liquidation event? I didn't have any liquidation. I take that back. No, I didn't have any liquidations in, I think. Did I have any liquidations? Or maybe I did. You're right. I lost like $3,500, dude. Black Gold. I think I lost like $3,500 in that liquidation event, but that bounce back was crazy. I made like 6,000 back on the bounce back. I was streaming on that one. I made some good money on the upturn on the upswing. So yeah, I lost a good amount, but then I made a pretty good penny, dude. I doubled down on the bottom, dude. But yeah, I think I lost like $3,500 in that event. If I go back, but I made a good on the bounce back. So it was nice. It was nice. Yeah, it was a nice little event to have done. Limit less fees. Yeah, they have. You can just put in stop losses, dude. Are we doing playoff winners or just regular season? I don't remember. We're doing playoff winners, bro. Whoever wins playoffs. I mean, actual stop order, not a stop loss order. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't think they've ever done the stop orders. I think it's always just been stop losses. So, which is pretty much the same thing in all reality to me. I mean, when I think about it, like a stop order is the same thing as a stop loss. I mean, when I think of stop orders, I think of like a stop order is like on a stock, or it's on like when you have contracts like with Coinbase, you put a stop order in for like contracts. But like when it comes to the spot trading or doing perpetuals, like I've just looked at a stop loss like that. So how much more complicated are your taxes with all the BTCC trades? Probably all you got to do is just take just take the wallet in which you move your assets over from. So if like you move, like let's just say that you move your, so like what I would do, what I've done is that you take your funds here and you move it into a non-custodial wallet. So move it back into like a MetaMask, and then just take that MetaMask wallet and just upload it into CoinTracker. And then CoinTracker is just going to tell you your profits, right? So just move everything over to that wallet at the end of the year, and it should have everything there for you. It'll be able to calculate your profits and losses based off that. I mean, you're either going to take a profit or you're going to take a loss at the end of it. It's all cumulative. I think we're feeling the effects from that liquidation event. I think so. I think we haven't even bounced back from it, dude. So that's what it comes down to. Is it's a matter of how much you profited off of it. So, you know, and that's why it's important to take that same wallet that you fund BTCC with is the same wallet that you're going to exit BTC with. So if you put $10,000 into BTCC and then at the end of the year you transfer out $30,000, from your BTCC account, I mean, it's all based off the profit off that. That's how I view it. So, I mean, the cool part is you could probably go back and you could probably, deduct fees and stuff like that if you wanted to. But I mean, that's a hell of a time. I'd rather just take the profit and the loss and figure it out that way. But yeah, I think there's gonna be some stuff out here where you're gonna be able to connect some of your platforms and get some tax data on it. Oh, they call it a stop order, trigger order. Gotcha, Kevin. I didn't know that either. Quant, but a lot of people like Quant, dude. The only time I'm using BTCC, I like it so far. Hell yeah, Mario. BTCC is actually pretty good, dude. Markets won't allow through support and resistance and fair value gaps. Gotcha. Okay, Andy. I didn't know they call it trigger orders. That's a little weird. Trigger orders. But we'll see what happens today, dude. I've been my fantasy team's been rough, dude, to say the least. And I've been playing like wrong players, like Swift. I put in last week. He got me 1 point. I held him on the bench this week. He scored 22. Like goddamn. So that's kind of where it's at. But what else we got? We got some other things here I want to talk about before we jump off here. Obviously, Michael Saylor looks like he's buying again. So shout out to Michael Saylor. Usually when he pushes the little, he said, "What if we start adding green dots?" I don't know what that means, but anytime he actually adds a significant portion of dots here, things actually, sell-offs happen. When he buys, the market sells. So just realize that. But he is looking like to plan to buy starting tomorrow. So maybe that's positive. NASDAQ is pushing to launch tokenized stocks first. So they'll be the first exchange out here to now jump into tokenizing stocks. This will be a little bit crazy. BTC has a tax expert feature for free on their website. Oh, nice, dude. I did not know that, T-Bay. I did not know that. There you go, dude. There it is. Also, are we able to add Cent to the MetaMask wallet yet? I can't remember. Not until they probably airdrop it to you. Should the wallet have a Pure Wallet on the end? For example, Pure Wallet 2. I think Pure Wallet 2 is the right one. The live. Oh, thank you, Web3. We got Trent here. Trent loves Quant, dude. Trent loves Quant. So this is really good. I mean, NASDAQ's going to come over here and start tokenizing stock. We knew that was going to happen, right? The RWA thing's real. That's real time right there. The big question is here is that Tom Lee, I don't know if you guys believe this guy or not, but he really predicts that Bitcoin's going to reclaim 100,000 and ETH's going to get to 7 and 9K by the end of January. So it's just funny that like he was saying that it was 105 by the end of the year. He said 150 by the end of the year. He keeps changing his stuff here. I don't know if I can believe some of these people just keep putting out random shit for clicks. I think I don't know, man. But every day his his predictions are changing. Here to do the same thing solely because Andrew B is the man. Oh, nice, dude. Andrew B is the man, dude. Pipeline just hit the plus. Select customs and add contract. Yeah, that's what you do if you're gonna do it. And they haven't released the contract address, so I don't know. You won't be able to add it yet, but you will eventually be able to add it. Already showed that. We had the Fed's meeting. Yeah, we're looking pretty good right now. But I mean, yeah, I think right now we're sitting at 2-1. It might be a good time to put in a position, but we're gonna hold off. We're gonna hold off a little bit. But all right, guys, I'm gonna hop off. It's a little bit early here today. I'm gonna go play some soccer. It's actually sunny here in Washington, and I gotta take advantage of that. When the sun's out, you gotta take advantage of that here in Washington. So we're gonna go actually kick the soccer ball around for a couple hours. Go play around. Yeah, that's what I gotta do. Gotta do before the rain comes, dude. The rain's coming hot. Permeable? I think so, dude. Juan, I think so. It's clear we are in a bear market right now, but we should start going back to a 1-2 years. Hopefully, we'll see, dude. We'll see. But I hope everyone has a fantastic Sunday, Monday, wherever you're at. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming on here and kicking it with me. I'll be back on tomorrow, same time, 10 a.m. Maybe we'll see what December is all about, dude. December 1st, big day tomorrow. Hope everyone's ready for it. So, yeah, with all that, hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And with all that said, we're out. Peace out, everyone.